I used to think having a crush meant someone was kind to you. In my case, it meant the opposite. His name was Daniel, and everyone liked him. Teachers, students, even people who barely knew him. He was funny in class, confident in the hallways, and always surrounded by friends. I noticed him first because he smiled easily. I noticed him more because he never smiled at me. At first, the bullying was quiet. Little comments slipped under his breath when the teacher wasn't listening. Laughing when I raised my hand and got an answer wrong. Mimicking my voice just loud enough for his friends to hear. When I walked past, he'd whisper something, and they'd all laugh, and I'd spend the rest of the day wondering what was wrong with me. The worst part was that I kept making excuses for him. He's just joking. He doesn't mean it. If he knew I liked him, he'd stop. But he didn't stop. The teasing grew sharper. Notes left on my desk. Eye rolls when I walked into the room. Once, he called out my name during lunch and said something cruel enough that even the noise of the cafeteria couldn't drown out the silence that followed. I went home that day and cried. Not just because it hurt, but because I finally understood something I hadn't wanted to admit. My crush didn't see me the way I saw him, and that wasn't my fault. It took time, but I started sitting with different people. I raised my hand anyway. I stopped shrinking myself to avoid being noticed. Daniel stayed the same, but I didn't. By the end of the year, I realized something important. Liking someone doesn't give them the right to hurt you. Admiration should never cost you your confidence. I didn't stop believing in kindness. I just stopped confusing it with cruelty.